guys, what's up? In this video, I'm going to discuss on the solutions of Unix coding questions of TCS Online Proctored Assessment. As I have seen that many of you have been facing some issues while coding Unix within 15 minutes. So I think that this video will be really helpful for you even if you don't know anything about Unix. So just stick to the video till the end and I think it will be really helpful for you. So today we are going to discuss on the solutions of Unix coding questions of 5th June Java OPA. Let me show you the question first. This is the question. It's given that student details are stored in the following format, that is roll number, name, score 1, score 2, and these are all separated with commas. Now it's given that write the Unix command to display the roll number and the name of all the students whose total score is greater than 100. The student details are to be displayed sorted in descending order of the total score, and total score can be simply computed by adding score 1 and score 2. The student details are provided as command line argument when the file containing your command will run. Alright, it's very simple, and at the output you just need to display the roll number and name of the students with a space separating them. Alright, so this is the input file, right? I have this input file stored in a file name called s.txt. Let me show you. So cat command is used to display the content of a particular file. So my s.txt, this file stores the input file. Fine. So I recommend you, whenever you find this type of questions like add this to and then check whether it's greater than or not and then display something, it's always better to use AWK. Alright. So AWK is actually a special type of scripting and it's written in this format, like AWK is a command, then give a space, then give a single quotation. Within this single quotation you need to define 3 blocks, which is begin block, then the body block, then the end block, and finally you need to mention the file name. For my case it's s.txt, but for your case it's already provided in the question. As you can see that they are going to provide the file name as a command line argument. So how can you take the command line arguments? It's in this way. So $1 is going to give you the first parameter of your command line argument, $2 second parameter of your command line argument, $3 third parameter of your command line argument. So this is how we take the command line arguments in Unix. For this case they are going to provide only single parameter, which is the name of the input file, as command line argument, and you can take it with the help of $1. So $1 for your case specifies the file name of your input file. Fine, but for my case it's s.txt. Now what happens in AWK is, first the begin block is executed, and then the body block is executed, and then the end block is executed. So all the initialization things are done in begin block, and anything like something if you want to print after the whole computation, you can do it in the end block. Now let's have a detailed look of the input file. So here you can see roll number is a particular column, name is another column, score 1 is another column, and score 2 is another column. Now in AWK files, these columns are considered as fields and each row is considered as a record. So roll number, name, score 1 and score 2, these are fields, and 1, 2, 3, Hari, 87, 78, this is a record, and these are all records. Fine. Now as you can see that these fields or columns are separated by comma. This you need to mention at the begin block, and the variable which stores it is fs. Fs means field separator. So fs means generally input files field separator. So for this case it's comma, the fields are separated with comma, right? So what happens is, first the begin block is executed. It is mentioned here that the field separator of the input file is comma. If you don't mention it, then by default the input file's field separator is considered as a space. For this case, if you don't mention this comma, it will think that this 123 comma Hari comma 87 comma 78, this is totally a single field, like value of a single column, like that. Alright, now after completing this begin block, this body block is executed for each and every record repeatedly. So what I do here, I need to compute the total score for each and every record. So first, sum is going to be the sum of score 1, which is the third field. As you can see, roll number is first field, name is the second field, score 1 is the third field, and score 2 is the fourth field. So sum is summation of score 1, which is the third field, plus score 2, which is the fourth field. So fields are generally taken as dollar with the field number. Roll number is first field, name is second field, so on. Then I'm going to check whether this sum is greater than 100 or not. So this is this is my if statement. So inside this if, I'm going to check whether my sum is greater than 100 or not. If that is so, I'm gonna print, the command is printf. I'm gonna print the roll number, the name, which is a string, and the total score, and finally a new line. So roll number is my first field. It's something like C, as you know, like then name is the second field, and then the sum. So what happens here, let me explain you a little. Like for the first record, first it's in the body block, it's going to compute the sum of the third field and the fourth field. That is, it's gonna compute the summation of 87 and 78. Then it's going to check whether it's greater than 100 or not. If that is so, then it's going to print the first field, that is the roll number, and the second field, which is the name, and the total score. After this computation on the first record, it's going to come to the second record. Again, it's going to compute the summation of 40 and 50. Then it's going to check whether it's greater than 100 or not. If it is greater than 100, it's going to print the roll number, the name, and the summation. Fine. Now let's check what is the output of this code. So as you can see here, only the records of those students are present whose total score is greater than 100. But I want it to be sorted in descending order. So this is called piping. This is a special symbol that you can find directly above your enter button. This is called piping. Now after piping, whatever command I'm going to give here is gonna operate on the output of the first command. So whatever command I'm going to mention right now, it's gonna operate on this output. Fine. So what I want now, I want to sort it, and for that first I need to give the delimiter, field separator. Actually I need to give this field separator. As you can see that 1 2 3 is roll number and Harry is name, and these two are separated by a space. So for this case my field separator is a space. Then I need to mention on which field I want this sorting. I want to sort it on the basis of total score, which is, for this case, it's the third field. Now see, minus sort is the command, minus t, minus k, these are options. Just remember one thing, every command comes with lots of options, and every option starts with a minus sign. Fine. So for the sort command, t is going to define what is the input field separator. For this case it's a space, and k3 means I'm going to sort it on the third field, and then I need to mention that I want it sorting of numerical basis. I want a numerical sorting, and by default what happens in sort, it's a ascending sort. By default the sort happens in ascending order, but here in our question is given that I want the sorting in descending order, so it's need to be a reverse sorting. So that's why the command is R. Let's see what is the output. Now here you can see that the sorting is done on the basis of the total score, and it's done in descending order because 186 is the highest and 103 is the lowest score. But it's given that in the output we just only need the roll number and the name. So what we are going to do, we're going to give another pipe. So whatever command I mentioned right now, it's gonna operate on this output. So here you can do it in multiple ways. Like you can use AWK and you can print the first field and the second field using $1 and $2. But here I want to show you a different command, which is cut command. It's like cut and paste, So cut command, and here you need to again specify the field separator, and for that the option is -D, and the field separator is a space. Then you need to give you need to mention the fields that you want, and for that the option is -F. So it's 1 and 2. I want the field 1 and field 2. And see, this is the output what you need. It's really very simple. If you just think it logically and think it step by step, it's really simple. So I think you have found this video helpful, and if so, just share this video. Maybe your friends are also stuck with Unix, so share a video and comment us in the comment box. That really encourages us to make more videos for you. And in the next video I'm gonna give you the solution of 12th June. Thank you very much.